Nobody on, 0-0, top of the first inning for the Cardinals. And we start with a strike swinging, so no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Lexi's done a nice job of pitching for the Cardinals. She had quite a few innings she pitched on Saturday and here to come back on Monday night. And there's another strike swinging. She's painting that outside corner. So pitched a few innings this weekend at the Crete Invite. Lexi's got varsity duties tonight against Lakeview. And there's another strike. So
headed to the top of the first.
3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. So we'll go to the Cardinals will go to the bottom of the first inning. Cardinals will come up to bat here. So this week the Cardinals have a lot of action. So tonight against Lakeview, tomorrow night we'll be home again against Omaha Gross, and then on Thursday we'll be in action in Lexington for the conference tournament on Thursday. So a little bit of drive out to Lexington. It'll be an early morning for those girls. And then next week we go into sub-districts and districts. So softball season is starting to wind down here. We're in the last third of the season. So now's the time for those Cardinals to get things put together, get their bats rolling, and finish this season strong. So the Cardinals are in a sub-district with Wayne, Schuyler, and NEN. So a little bit of a different sub-district pairing or matchups that we have. So odds are we'll be traveling to Wayne for sub-districts on Monday, a week from tonight. Wayne, I think, has the stronger stronger record, and so the stronger record hosts the sub-district games. So I think we'll be in Wayne next Monday night. So, all right. So Lakeview pitcher taking her last at warm-up. Did the throw down to second base, and now we've got Leah Jurgens, our senior left-handed batter, coming up to the plate for the first leadoff batter for the Cardinals. Well, the Lakeview pitcher ran to the dugout to get something. It looks like maybe she's missing something. Mr. Christensen suggests maybe she's after a little bit of sandpaper. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. But here she's back to the mound, getting her mask on. All right, so we'll have Leah Jurgens. Again, Leah is a senior, daughter of Troy and Amy Jurgens.
The Cardinals tonight, number 12, Leah Jurgens.
Leo started off with the Cardinals as a co-op player from Lincoln Lutheran and has since transferred to Crete. So she's been a student at Crete High for the last 2 years. And she starts off with a blooper down first base side and makes it to the
safe
to the base. So first at bat on,
Next
first
up,
runner on with
for
one
the Crete
pitch.
Cardinals, number 8, Caitlin Went.
All right, so we got Caitlin Went coming up to the plate. Caitlin is a junior. She is the daughter of Michelle and Ernie Went. I'm sure Grandma and Grandpa Johnson will be in Hastings, and Leah stole second base. All right, so we got we'll try to. Kitty's got one ball, and she's a slapper there. So it looks like she's got 2 balls. So we got Leah Jurgens on second base, no outs. And we're going to have some special guests up here in the broadcast booth with us here in just a minute when we get a break from action. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs for Kitty Went. And we got Leah Jurgens, the runner in scoring position on second base. And that pitch was outside to our lefty. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Like I mentioned earlier, we had some special guests with us at the very beginning of the game. Oh, Kitty hits one over the pitcher.
Safe at first, runner at first and third.
All right.
Next up to bat, number 20, Lexi Mach.
Kitty made it on to first base. I'm not sure what happened. There was some collision that happened there with shortstop and the runner. So there's some question here about what's going on. There's the Lakeview coach is talking to the umpire. Talk about, I think maybe the shortstop was going to get the ball, and Leah, they had a collision with our base runner, Leah Jurgens. So there's some question about whether there's interference with that play or not. So there's a discussion there. Well, let's talk to some girls tonight here. We have Camry and Kinley Drager with us tonight. Hi, ladies. How are you? So this is your second year, or is it the third year that you've done the presentation of the colors for the Cardinals? Second year. And you guys are both middle schoolers here at Crete Middle School, right? And your 4-H club, what is the name of your 4-H club?
Wranglers.
The Wranglers 4-H club. So how long have you guys been riding horses?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Wow. And then this is your second year presenting the colors for the Cardinal softball team. That's a pretty special responsibility that you have, and that makes it a really cool event for the Cardinals. So appreciate you girls doing that. So who do I have with me? Your Camry. And what grade are you in, Camry?
7th.
7th grade. And you must be Kinley then. What grade are you in, Kinley?
6th.
6th grade. Wow. And what are your horses' names?
The one I was riding was Annie.
Annie?
Turbo.
And Turbo. Annie and Turbo. So you guys have had those horses for a few years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you girls are responsible for taking care of them at home, feeding them, wiping them down,
Yeah.
brushing them out. Yeah. Do you guys compete at all?
Yes. We have done a couple rodeos and we go to the fair every year.
Okay. What do you do for rodeo? You ride barrels?
Barrel speed events, pools.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, thank you girls so much for coming. So we appreciate it. Will we see you out here again next year? All right. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for all you
Next up to bat for the Crete Cardinals, number 9,
sharing,
Cassidy Skillett.
your expertise and talents and
With,
sharing
no
colors
outs.
with us tonight. presenting
Bases
colors.
are loaded.
So, thank you, girls. All right. Take care. All right, so we had some special guests with us tonight. Their mom, Dawn Drager, is a counselor at the high school. So it just
number 2, Lauren Marli.
All right, so we got bases loaded here for the Cardinals. We've got Leah Jurgens on third base. We got Kitty Went on second base, and we've got Lexi Mach has a courtesy runner for her, Lauren Marli, on first base. So we got Cassidy Skillett coming up to the plate now. We have no outs for the Cardinals, and that pitch was way inside. So I think that's just a really neat opportunity for those girls to present the colors here, and just kind of shows the Crete community. You know, it really is a family event. The high school is really supportive of the school, of the activities here at Crete High, and getting people involved and providing some special opportunities for some of our young people to be sharing their talents. All right, so Cassidy took a swing at that one, so it looks like we got 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, no outs with bases loaded. We got some boys here from the football team supporting the girls. So again, and quite a few community members scattered around the stadium again tonight. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cassidy Skillett. Cassidy, again, is a senior third baseman for the Cardinals. She also catches. And she hits one deep to center. The center fielder handles the ball, and it scores Leah easily.
In for the run for the Cardinals.
And
number 12,
Caitlin
Leah
Went
Jurgens.
moves.
1-0.
Caitlin Went moves over to third base. So we got runners on first and third. Lauren Molly is a courtesy
Next
runner
up to bat for the Cardinals, number 13, Marli Stones.
on first base. Okay, so we got Marli Stones coming up the plate. That's a little change in the lineup. Marli's usually a little bit lower in the batting order, but she hit well this weekend. So she's up to bat here for the Cardinals. And the runner advances to second. So we got runners on second and third with Marli Stones, sophomore, up to bat. So we got 2 balls to Marli. We've got only 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, and the Cardinals are ahead by 1. Again, inside.
Number 8 brings in the second score, Caitlin Wendt. Cardinals 2, Lakeview 0.
Okay, wow, this has been a weird game already here. So as Caitlin Wendt was running home on that wild pitch, there was a toss to the catcher, or toss from the catcher back to the pitcher.
Score, Lauren Molly.
Catch to the catcher threw to the pitcher, and it hit the runner as she was coming in. So there was some question about whether or not that run should count, which it did, and because then the ball rolled away, they advanced the runner from third base home. So right now, as it stands, the Cardinals are up 3-0 on some weird plays. So it's been kind of an unusual game tonight already here with some difficult calls. So we got Marli Stones up to bat. It is 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, and the score is 3-0 Cardinals. So we're here at the bottom of the first inning. So Marli Stones again. Okay, we got 3 balls, 1 strike. The scoreboard hasn't been accurate here, so I'm going to have to watch the umpire a little bit closer. Ooh, and that was away inside, so Marli got the walk. So
number 13 advances to first. Next on the base for the Cardinals, number 16, Jordyn Coe.
So we got Jordyn Coe coming up to bat here for the Cardinals. Jordyn is a junior. She's the daughter of Jennifer and Jason Coe. She squares like she's going to
out. That brings 2 outs.
She's going to bunt, and they sent Marli, and Marli was tagged out at second base. Again, it's just kind of a weird game to start off with. Some weird I'm not sure if that was expected bunt for Jordyn or what happened there, but it didn't look like Marli got a very good jump on the ball. Jordyn Coe's got a nice hit out to left field, and that'll be a single for her, and they overthrew the second baseman. Jordyn advances on that wild throw, and she's
coming up to bat now for the Cardinals, number 24, Carly Henning.
So we got Jordyn Coe on second base after a couple of after a really nice hit to left field and then an errant throw. It looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for her since she's our catcher. And then we're going to have Carly Henning coming up to the plate.
Cardinals, number 6, Kylie Mike.
So Kylie Mike comes in to run for Jordyn since Jordyn's our catcher. Going to give her a little bit of break from the base pass. So we got Kylie on second base. We got 2 outs for the Cardinals. And the score is 3-0 for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first inning. Carly Henning takes the first pitch as a strike. Carly is a junior, daughter of Gail and Jeff Henning. Carly has hit some long balls, and this one was out to center field.
That concludes the first inning.
Managed by the center fielder, so that's 3 outs for the Cardinals.
Cardinals 3, Vikings 0.
All right, so we got a windy night tonight, so it'll be interesting if we get many balls deep into the field. The the wind via 1011 News says that it's about a 16-mile-an-hour wind out of the north-northwest, which basically is pushing that ball back into the field and towards the left field side. The stadium is kind of facing northwest, and if you can see the American flag out there in center field, it's blowing in, blowing towards the left field side. So the Cardinals take the field here, the top of the second inning. It's 3-0 against the Columbus Lakeview Vikings. So Columbus Lakeview is 7-10 on the season. They had a few common opponents of Crete. They played Grand Island Central Catholic. They lost to them 14-0. The Cardinals lost to them twice so far this season by 1 run, both games. Lakeview also played Seward and lost to them 12-0.
Inning for the Vikings is number 8, Paxton Lucci.
The Seward Blue Jays were also a loss for the Cardinals, but the Cardinals lost with just 1 run. It was 5-4, and that was back earlier in the season. So a few common opponents, but nothing that should really dictate how this game is going to go tonight. Lakeview lost their last game to Aquinas, but it was a high-scoring game, 12-10, back on the 26th, which I believe was Saturday. So Lexi with the first pitch and the first strike at the top of the second inning here. So our senior on the mound or in the circle is doing again. She struck out the first 3 batters. Nice change up. That was also a strike. So we got no balls, 2 strikes, no outs, the top of the second inning here for the Cardinals. Again, it's a much cooler night than it's been. Boy, the girls were playing in some heat on Saturday, almost 90 degrees. There was a little bit of a breeze, but it was a pretty sticky Saturday tournament games, and here we are tonight where most of them have extra clothing on under their uniforms, quite a bit cooler. I think here at game time it was about 60 degrees was the high, with the little bit of wind, and the sun's going to be setting here soon. I have a feeling it's going to get quite a bit cooler before this game is over. All right, so we got 1 ball, 2 strikes to this batter here from Lakeview. Again, it's the top of the second inning. There's a little blooper to second base, and Kitty Went handles it well and throws to Leah Jurgens.
The inning number coming up to bat, we have number 3, Molly Frenzen. 1 out.
Okay, number 3, Molly Frenzen for Lakeview is coming up to the plate. We've got 1 out for the Lakeview Vikings, and Lexi Mach. First pitch to this Lakeview batter is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here. Again, these Cardinals have overcome some diversity. At the beginning of their season, they had a coaching change 2 days into their season. So it's the whole season's kind of felt a little bit off. We have made some moves. I think we finally have a really strong placement for our fielders. Our defensive strategy seems to be working real well. We got a ground ball to shortstop Marli Stones.
That makes it 2 outs.
Routine play with a throw to first base, and they get the batter out.
Hannah Allen.
Like I said,
2 outs.
we've gotten some good defensive play here. You basically have just three players from last season that are in the positions that they played last year. We have Leah Jurgens on first base, Lexi Mach in the pitcher's circle, and Marli Stones at shortstop. Those are your 3 players that return to their previous positions. Everybody else is, I guess Cassidy Skillett, too, played third base last year. So I guess we have 4 players that are in the positions that they played last year during the season and the run to state that the girls made last year. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out to this batter, number 9 from Lakeview. So like I said, the Cardinals had to overcome a little bit of adversity at the beginning of the season. Adversity, not diversity. So coaching change a couple days into the first week of practice. Kylie Griffin took over as the head coach for this team. Last year's head coach was Sean Carr. He resigned, and so Kylie has ended up with coaching responsibilities. She does have support from some people that were around the program last year. Alan Moore is a volunteer coach, and then Britt Carroll, Britt Telesky was an assistant last year, an unpaid assistant, and this year she's the assistant coach. So we got 3 balls, 2 strikes, so full count, 2 outs here for the Vikings. And Lexi delivers with we got a foul tip. The batter was able to keep herself alive. So again, full count, 2 outs, nobody on the top of the second inning here for the Cardinals. We said the Cardinals have a pretty busy week, so it would be nice if we could get out of this game early. And that was a strikeout for Lexi. So
Okay, that ends the top of the second. Still, score Cardinals 3, Vikings 0.
So 3-0 for the Cardinals here. We're moving into the bottom of the second inning. So I think that's been the 4 strikeouts for Lexi so far this game against the Lakeview Vikings. And then 2 ground balls that were managed by our defensive players to get us out of the top of the second inning. So let's see, we're kind of moving towards the end of the batting order. I think this is batter number 8 for the Cardinals. Mackenzie Steyer is coming up to the plate. Mackenzie is a sophomore. She's a left fielder for us and also pitches. She pitched the JV game earlier tonight and is now playing left field for the Varsity. She's coming up to the plate for our first batter here at the bottom of the second inning. Mackenzie is the daughter of Mandy and Troy Steyer, and she's I'm sure there's a lot of the Bauer family that's dialed in watching this game. Her grandma Deb Steyer and her grandparents Linda and Greg Easley tend to dial in, and then Linda is one of the Bauer clan, so a lot of the Bauer family supports Mackenzie and is either here at the games or watching the games online. So shout out to the Bauer clan here.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Cardinals, number 27, Mackenzie Steyer.
All right, so here we are. Still some wind coming in from the north-northwest, so it's going to probably keep a lot of those balls in the field tonight. All right, so we got 1 ball, 1 strike on Mackenzie. No outs, no runners on. Cardinals again are leading this game 3-0. Mackenzie fouls that one off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Mackenzie. Mackenzie's had a couple long balls so far this year. She I think had 2 home runs so far on the season. So she's a good batter. And she fouls that one back out of play. I think I heard it hit the roof of the broadcast booth here. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mackenzie, and she's no outs here for the Cardinals, the bottom of the second inning. That ball was low and inside, so 1 ball, or 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Mackenzie Steyer. You know, yeah, it's a high hit, but and maybe some trouble, but the center fielder came in and caught that ball.
At the bat for the Cardinals now is number 14, Ashlyn Adam, 1 out.
It's sad.
Bases empty.
It's probably going to be ground balls tonight that are going to help the Cardinals get on base, because with that stiff wind, it's going to be really hard to get any deep balls. All right, up to the plate is Ashlyn Adams. She takes the first strike. Ashlyn is a senior. She's the daughter of Todd and Holly Adam. Ashlyn's playing right field for the Cardinals and is batting in the 9th position. So we have Leah Jurgens warming up in the on-deck circle. Again, there's 1 out for the Cardinals. And Ashlyn fouls that one off. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ashlyn Adam here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Again, the Cardinals lead 3-0. And Ashlyn, oh, wow, that was a foot race to first base, and unfortunately Ashlyn didn't get there.
Brings it now to 2 outs.
Both the first baseman and the second
Returning
baseman
to the
went
top
for
of the
that
batting
ball.
order for the Cardinals, number 12, Leah Jurgens, bases empty, 2 outs.
The second baseman managed that grounder, but nobody was covering first, so the second baseman was in a foot race with Ashlyn to first base. I think that was pretty close, but the umpires said that Ashlyn was out. So we got 2 outs. The bottom of the 2nd inning with the top of the order coming up. So we got Leah Jurgens, our lefty, our first baseman, up to the plate. Leah's had a ground ball in the first inning and ended up scoring. Leah Jurgens has had 11 home runs in her career here at Crete. And she hits one to the shortstop and didn't quite get to first base.
Bottom of the 2nd, we now move to the top of the 3rd. Score still Cardinals 3, Vikings 0.
So that was 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. So all right, we have a little change of equipment here. Yeah, I can hear myself now, so that makes it good, I guess. Hopefully you guys enjoy the broadcast. I've heard from some of you that you appreciate the broadcast, but we're doing the best we can. Here, the Strive group, we have Peyton that's helping us score, and Travis Coe, the Strive sponsor, running all the electrical equipment, because that's not my forte. My focus is just talking, which I tend to do a fairly good job of that, although my older boys who dial in, they say that my commentary is getting a little old, so we're going to try to provide some additional commentary tonight, freshen things up a little bit. All right.
Okay, starting off the lineup for the Vikings.
Here we are at the top of the 3rd inning. We've got the Lakeview batter, number 15, coming up. She would be batter number 7, because it's been 3 up, 3 down for the Vikings in the first 2 innings. So Lexi Mach is on the mound. Again, Cardinals are up 3-0. So let's see what the bottom of the order for the Vikings can do here against Lexi Mach. So first pitch is outside, ball 1. We were talking about career home runs for the Cardinals. The career home run record is held by Marli with 42 home runs. I don't think anybody can catch her for that. Izzy Elsie is now 3rd in career home runs for the Cardinals with 24. And this weekend, Lexi Mach took the 2nd overall career home runs from her with 25 home runs. So Lexi has the opportunity to continue her record of career home runs here at Crete, but I'm not sure that she's going to be able to hit 17 more home runs before the end of the season. It could happen. It's 2020, right, with the craziness of COVID and everything else going on in the world. But likely that Marli's career home runs are going to stand for her. So we'll do a shout out to Morgan. I saw her this weekend. She was at the Crete Invite. Creighton is going to Creighton University and is going to play basketball for them. So first Lakeview batter is on base. That's the first runner for Lakeview. She walked.
Already walks to first. Up to bat, number 22, Callie Booth.
All right, so we have
First.
runner at first, no outs. The top of the third inning here for the Lakeview Vikings. All right, Jordyn looks down that runner, keeping an eye on her so she doesn't steal second. So again, this is the first base runner for the Lakeview Vikings. And the batter fouls that one back. So it's no balls, 2 strikes for this batter here. And we have no outs with the runner on first. Again, Morgan was back this weekend. She's going to be playing basketball for the Creighton Blue Jays. Hopefully this winter. Hopefully the basketball season will be able to. And then we got a deep ball to left field, which Mackenzie Steyer manages. So 1 out for the Vikings. Top of the third inning, and the runner stays on first base.
Number 18, Nathali Loza with the runner at first and 1 out.
All right, I think this is the number 9 batter, if I'm right, coming up for Lakeview, and then we'll be heading to the top of the order. So we got 1 out, runner on first base, and number 18 is up to the plate. So shout out to Morgan. I am sure she's dialed in watching her little sister, Lauren, who's a freshman on this Cardinal team. Lauren comes in and does courtesy running for Lexi a lot of times. All right, we got a deep ball out to right center that drops. The fielders couldn't get it. We got runners on first and second base.
Top of the batting order for Columbus Lakeview, we have number 10.
That ball went all the way to the fence, right between Ashlyn Adams in right field and Carly Henning in center field. Neither one of them could quite get to the ball. So it dropped between them for a single for the Lakeview. So Lakeview's got 2 runners on, 1 out. Cardinals again lead 3-0, but Lakeview is threatening with a runner in scoring position on second base. And we're at the top of the lineup. The batter fouls one right over the visitor dugout. So no balls, 1 strike. So I like to do a shout out. See, quick toss to first base to get the batter out, but they did advance the runners.
Makes it 2 outs.
So we got
up to bat now. We have number 25, Shea Delancey, with runners at second and third, 2 outs.
Yep, 2 outs for the Lakeview Vikings here, the top of the third inning, but they do have runners in scoring position on second and third base. The batter, the first one is a strike. So I believe this is the number 2 batter for the Vikings up to the plate. Lexi's ahead in the count, 0-1. All right, that one I guess was a little too inside, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs to this batter. So last year's seniors that graduated, Morgan Marli, we already talked about her. We've got Izzy Eltsey, who was our center fielder, who's now at UNO playing for the Mavericks. And then Jada Wyan, who I believe is at Morningside College, and Jenny Cardona, who is at UNL. And those 4 seniors were strong leaders to this group, and this year we have 7 seniors. But we know that those alumni dial in to support these girls. Saw them at the ball field this weekend, so we appreciate all their support. So it's 3-1 the count, 2 outs to this second batter in the lineup for Lakeview. Let's see if Lexi can get out of it here. Behind in the count, and they called it a strike, so we got full count. Wow, that was a little late calling that pitch. I wasn't sure which way he was going to go, but he went in our favor, so we'll say it was a good deal that he took some time to think about it. All right, full count here, and Lexi winds up and right across the plate, fouled out or struck out that batter looking.
Top of the third. We're now going into the bottom of the third with score still Cardinals 3, Vikings 0.
So that was the 5th strikeout for Lexi tonight. And again, our senior there on the mound doing a nice job. That batter stood and watched that one go over the plate. Boy, that was a fat pitch too. So nice strikeout for Lexi. All right, so we're going to be the bottom of the 3rd inning, and I believe we're at our number 2 batter, Caitlin Wentz, going to be coming up to the plate. Talked a little bit about Kitty. She this is her first year as a full-time student at Crete. She was a co-op player from Lincoln Lutheran. In her junior year, she decided to transfer and become a full-time Crete Cardinal. So she's now a full-fledged Crete Cardinal, but she's been playing for the Cardinals for a couple years now. She's our second baseman, left-handed slapper. Our game last Thursday against Beatrice, Kitty scored the final run to run rule the Lady O in the bottom of the 6th inning. So
okay, bottom of the 3rd, starting off the lineup for the Cardinals is number 8, Caitlin Wentz.
Beatrice came in tight, and Kitty put one over their heads into the outfield, scoring the final run to run rule the Lady O in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Cardinals on Thursday night. And that was a sweet win for the Cardinals. It was 0-0 going into the bottom of the 1st inning. We had a home run by Leah Jurgens to start us off, followed up by Kitty getting on base, and then Lexi hitting another home run to go up 3-0. And then after that, the Cardinals just continued the batting barrage and scored 8 runs to run rule the Lady O in the bottom of the 6th inning. So, all right, so the count is 2-0. 2 balls for Kitty, no outs. The bottom of the 3rd inning here as the Cardinals are up. We got Lexi Mach in the on-deck circle, warming up. So Caitlin went in the batter's box. It's called a strike there. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kitty. I know Grandma and Grandpa Johnson are watching from Hastings. It's a long drive on a night, but they were here this weekend supporting Kitty at the Crete Invite on Saturday. So I know they're cheering their granddaughter on here. And that ball was outside.
First base.
Kitty walks.
Number 20, Lexi Mach, 0 outs, runner at first.
So the Cardinals have 1 runner on first base, and Kitty has some good speed. So Lexi gets any kind of hit, there's a good chance that Kitty will at least advance to 3rd, if not even potentially score, depending on where Lexi sends this ball. So again, for career home runs, Lexi is now 2nd in career home runs for the Cardinal with 25 home runs. Again, with the wind the way it is tonight, I don't think we're going to get a lot of home runs tonight, not a lot of long balls. But Lexi has been batting well, and I think could easily advance this runner. So we got 2 balls. We're now 3 balls. So this Lakeview pitcher struggling a little bit with her control. A lot of inside pitches that aren't touching the corners of the plate. 3-0 to Lexi, and she walks.
First. Next up to bat for the Cardinals, number 9, Cassidy Skillet.
So we'll have a courtesy runner coming in for Lexi. Again, Lauren Marli.
Courtesy runner number 2, Lauren Marli.
Lauren is a freshman, daughter of Jason and Carrie Marli, and little sis of Morgan Marli, Mo. So we got runners on 1st and 2nd, and we got Cassidy Skillet up to the plate. Cassidy had a home run this weekend at the Crete Invite. She's had 11 career home runs for the Cardinals so far. And Kitty steals.
Runners advance to now second and third.
Kitty steals third base. They try to throw her down, but Kitty's there easy. Got a little dirty in that, but she made it to third, and that advanced Lauren to second base. So we got runners on 2 and 3 with no outs for the Cardinals. Cardinals lead 3-0, and we got Cassidy Skillett to the plate, senior Cassidy Skillett, and she fouls one hard down left field line out of play. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cassidy. And she hits one over the shortstop all the way, rolls all the way to the fence. Cassidy with 2 RBI double, stand-up double for Cassidy.
Brings in 2 runs. Number 2, Lauren Marli, and number 8, Caitlin Wentz.
So the Cardinals lead this ball game now 5-0. Bottom of the third, no outs.
Runner at second.
Runner at second, and Marli Stone's sophomore is up to bat outside. Ooh, they called that a strike. Must have been painted the outside corner. So no balls, 1 strike for Stones, and she fouls one out the right field side. So down a little bit behind in the count here. It's 0-2 for Marli. Let's see if she can battle herself. Marli walked the first time she was up to bat, and that ball was way outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marli Stones. No outs here. We got a runner on second base. Marli hits one up right back to the pitcher, but advances the runner.
1 out. Next up to bat, number 16, Jordyn Coe.
That was a hard ball up to the pitcher, but she was able to manage the ball, and she kind of looked to third but threw it to first to get the out. So we got 1 out, but we advanced the runner to third base, so Cassidy Skillett is now on third. Jordyn Coe's up to the plate, and she takes the first ball. So 1-0 count, 1 out for the Cardinals. Jordyn Coe, again, is the daughter of Jennifer and Jason Coe. Jennifer is one of the business instructors here at the high school. As another ball, so 2 balls, no strikes. We'll do a shout-out to Belgrade, Nebraska, because Grandma Judy Imus, Jordyn's grandma, will be watching tonight, supporting her granddaughter. And that's 3. Oh, they're going to call that one a strike. Boy. Again, I'm barely a sports broadcaster here. Definitely not an umpire, because I thought that one was way inside. All right. Oh, wild pitch. Cassidy tries to come in. Didn't quite make it. So 2 outs now for Lakeview. That was unfortunate. It was a right play. That was a wild pitch, went all the way to the board, but it bounced back for the pitcher to be able to manage that and get an easy out. Unfortunately, Cassidy got caught running in. So we got 3 balls, 1 strike to Jordyn Coe. Jordyn swings, then we got a full count.
Full count for Jordyn.
No runners on now, so Cardinals still lead 5-0. But would have been nice to get that run in with Cassidy. And Jordyn hits one up center. And the second baseman managed it.
We're going down to the top of the 4th.
Threw Jordyn out on first base.
Vikings 0.
So 5-0 for the Cardinals, come into the top of the 4th inning. Sun has now set, and we've got a bunch of geese flying over the field. They're flying north, though, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're looking for a place to land for the night. But, yeah, it's time to start seeing those geese flying south here. They got a nice V formation. But like I said, it looks like they're heading north. They must be looking for a place to land for the night. Maybe they're heading over there to Walnut Creek, that little lake north of Crete. All right. It's 2020 though, so maybe they think it's going to be warmer to the north. Who knows? Everything's a little bit screwed up this year, right? With yeah, maybe they're just heading for some corn. That's true. So you never know. It's just been a weird year. We're just thankful that the Cardinals have been able to play every game and we haven't been shut down for COVID. You know, the football team missed a couple games this year. So you just never know with the virus going on.
Starting off this inning for the Vikings, we have number 16, Haley Frenzen.
All right, so it's the top of the fourth inning. The Cardinals still have a nice lead, 5-0. Batting for Lakeview is number 16. And again, we still have the same defensive stance. So first ball was a swing for a strike. So Lexi's ahead in the count, 0-1. Again, it'd be nice if we could get out of a few innings early to get Lexi's arm to rest. She's got a big week ahead of her. We've got Omaha Gross will be home tomorrow night. It's 2 strikes for Lexi against this batter. Omaha Gross will be in town tomorrow night, and then the team travels to Lexington for conference play on Thursday. We got a short blooper. Third base came in. Catcher weren't able to make the play. So it wasn't a looks like there's a little bit of a conference. Did it hit off of the batter, or where did it go? So dead ball. So the batter's got to come back. Batter's got to come back.
Back to the base.
So I thought it maybe hit off the runner, and it did. So they made the batter come back. So it's no balls, 2 strikes, nobody on base, no outs here for the Cardinals. So that was a good call by Coach Carroll to ask for assistance in that call. And, yeah, the field umpire said that it was a dead ball. All right, so we got 1 ball, 2 strikes on this batter, Lakeview batter. Cardinals have nobody on, no outs, the top of the 4th inning. All right, we got a little blooper to second base.
That brings it to 2 outs.
No, 1 out.
1 out. Coming up to
second baseman Kitty managed that ball, threw it over to first base for Leah Jurgens to
bases are empty.
Get the first out of the inning. So last inning, the Lakeview had runners on second and third, but that was the closest they got to scoring a run, 2 outs, and the Cardinals were able to manage that. So, all right, first pitch here is a strike. The batter swung at it, missed. You might be able to hear the student section down below us supporting their girls. Lexi's had 5 strikeouts on the night and had good defensive support from her team to get some outs to hold Lakeview to no runs. So, again, Cardinals lead 5-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Next week, the Cardinals move into sub-districts and then district play. And then the following week is state. So hopefully the Cardinals can make it into state. They need a couple of good wins here tonight and wins at the conference tournament to help their wild card points. But even then, it's going to be kind of tough for the Cardinals. I think they're going to have to win their district to be able to get into the state playoffs. So the batter fouled that one back. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. The top of the 4th inning, Lakeview Vikings. Number 8 for Lakeview is up to bat. Lexi winds up. Oh, and another strikeout swinging. So good job for Lexi.
At the bat now, we have number 3, Marli Frenzen. 2 outs, bases empty.
All right, 2 outs for Lakeview. We got number 3 batting for Lakeview. Lexi's had quite a bit of command there at the plate. I don't think she's walked anybody tonight. She's gotten a few of the Lakeview batters to hit infield grounders. I think we've only had 2 balls that have gone deep, one that actually dropped for a single. But, all right, we've got, I hope I didn't just jinx Lexi because she's got 2 balls now on this batter, no strikes. There are 2 outs in the inning. All right, looks like 3 balls, no strikes. Yeah, leave it to a broadcaster to jinx your pitcher here. So let's see what happens. Ooh, yep, strike. I was gonna say that pitch looked pretty good. So it was count is 3-1. I'm sure the batter probably had a hold on that one. See if she'd get a walk out of it. So here we are, and there's a blooper out to right field. Ashlyn Adams manages the ball, gets it thrown in, but we got a runner on first base for the Lakeview Vikings.
Runner on first, 2 outs. Number 9, Hannah Allen up to bat for the Vikings.
Again, 2 outs for the Vikings, so the Cardinals are in a good position. Runner on first base, so if we can get this batter out or maybe get a out on first or second base, we'll be out of the top of this inning. First ball is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base. Lakeview's not a bad hitting team. They've got a 370 batting average, on base percentage is 434 per max preps. So they do have some bats here. So we got number 9 up to the plate. She's got 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, 2 outs here. Our scoreboard's struggling here a little bit with counts. I think some of that is the umpire's a little slow with the calls, so sometimes it's hard to know. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on first base. Top of the 4th inning for the Cardinals. Cardinals still lead 5-0. And Lexi strikes her out.
End of the inning.
So that's 6 strikeouts for Lexi tonight. Our senior pitcher.
Going to the bottom of the 4th inning, we still have Cardinals 5, Vikings 0.
So we're moving to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Also like to remind everybody to please look at the concession stand for drinks or hot eats on this night. You'll find it over there right at the outside of right field.
Left field.
Left field.
That's where the bathrooms are too, yeah. So the concession stand out there in left field, they're doing a nice job of serving up some treats for those folks that are here tonight. I'd say we have a pretty good crowd tonight, not as full as the stands have been in the past. It's a little bit cool. I see a lot of blankets. I see a lot of hats. People are nicely distanced throughout the field here at the high school. We've got people spread out around and out in the outfield. A few Columbus Lakeview fans have made the trip, but probably one of our smaller visiting crowds tonight. We've got a really strong student section here tonight. We really appreciate the students coming in and supporting the girls. I see several of the tennis players. So the boys tennis team had a match tonight against Nebraska City. So it looks like some of those guys made it over here.
Okay, starting off for the bottom of the 4th inning for the Crete Cardinals, we have number 24, Carly Henning.
Carly Henning is up to bat for the Cardinals. Carly's a junior. and takes the first ball inside. So Carly is had 11 career home runs for the Cardinals so far, and she's only a junior. She pops one up to first base. First baseman manages that ball for the first out. So, bottom of the fourth inning, 1 out, and we got Mackenzie Steyer, Mach, coming to the plate. Mach is the daughter of Mandy and Troy Steyer, and she takes the first ball inside strike. So, no balls, 1 strike for Mackenzie. Mackenzie plays left field and also pitches for us. She'll probably be the starting pitcher next year for the Cardinals. She pops one high for between first, and they could not manage the ball. So Mackenzie gets on base on an error. It was a real high pop fly and
number 14, Ashlyn Adams.
In the infield between really on the first base side, and the first baseman kind of backed out, and the second baseman couldn't manage the ball, so the ball dropped. So probably an error on the second baseman. Ashlyn Adams, pop fly out to right field that the right fielder couldn't manage. Mackenzie had to hold up, so she advanced to second base.
Base hit for Ashlyn.
So on 2 errors, Cardinals have 2 runners on.
Number 12, Leah Jurgens with 1 out, runner at first and second.
So we have runners at first and second. Ashlyn Adams on first. Second base runner is Mackenzie Steyer. And we've got our leadoff batter, Leah Jurgens, up to the plate. Leah started off the game with a double, if I remember correctly. Sorry, these games all run together. But our lefty leadoff batter, and we've got Caitlin Went on deck behind her, our number 2 batter. So Ashlyn hits one opposite, or Leah hits one opposite field. The left fielder can't manage it. It rolls towards the fence, and Leah is in with a 2 RBI double for the Cardinals.
And number 27, Mackenzie Steyer.
So Leah Jurgens scores 2 runners, so it's 7-0, bottom of the 4th inning for the Cardinals. And Leah is on second base with 1 out. So Kitty Went is up to the plate. Kitty takes the first one for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out for the Cardinals here at the bottom of the 4th inning. And Kitty slaps one to shortstop. Some confusion there on the defense. The third baseman was crashing in.
We now have up to bat number 20, Lexi Mach with.
The Lakeview coach comes out to talk to her team, settle down her defense. The third baseman was crashing in, thinking that Kitty was hitting kind of a bunt, and the ball rolled to the shortstop. But the shortstop was running over to cover third base, and nobody managed that ball. So the Cardinals get another runner on. So we have runners on first and third. Really some unearned runs this inning for the Cardinals, but they'll take them. They're batting, putting a little pressure on this Lakeview defense tonight. So we've got Kitty Went on first base, and we've got Leah Jurgens on third base, and Lexi Mach, our senior, up to bat. Kitty goes ahead and advances on defensive indifference. So now we have runners on second and third with Lexi Mach up to bat. Lexi took the first pitch as a ball. Second pitch is a ball. So they've got only 1 out this inning. 2 balls, no strikes to Lexi, but they can't pitch her anything fat because she's a hard hitter. Lexi fouls one back against the backstop. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Lexi, 1 out. Runners on second and third for the Cardinals. Again, the Cardinals lead this game 7-0. And Lexi hits a hard one Pass shortstop into left field, and Kitty scores. So that was
Brings in 2 others.
2 RBI, single for Lexi Mach.
And number 12.
So nice single for Lexi, 2 RBI single. It takes the score to 9-0 for the Cardinals.
Coming in.
Courtesy runner comes in for Lexi Mach. Lauren Marli comes in to run. So she's on first base. And we've got senior Cassidy Skillett coming up to the plate. 1 out here at the bottom of the 4th inning. If I remember right, it's 10 after 4 for run roll. So Crete's in a position that if we can get, if Cassidy can score this runner, or if we can score this runner, we'd have 10 runs at the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, the Cardinals have a big week, so it would be nice to cut back some. And Cassidy hits one hard to third base, and they
That is safe.
okay, they called that runner safe.
13, Marli
Wow.
Stones.
Okay, so
1 out.
Cassidy hit one to third base. Third baseman threw it to the second baseman, but must have pulled her foot. So Lauren was safe on second base. So we got runners on first and second with Marli Stones up to bat. 1 out, and Marli takes the first ball. So counts 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out to Marli Stones. Ooh, and Marli takes swing at that. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike for Marli Stones. We got 1 out, runners on first and second. And that ball was way outside. So we got 2 balls, 1 strike for Marli. Marli's my daughter, Linda and Marty Stones are her parents. She's got 4 older brothers, and Marli takes another strike. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes for Marli. They're outside pitches. So Marli's got 4 older brothers. 1 that's a senior in high school. The other 3 are grown. I know that they're all dialed in.
Full count for Marli. Runner on first and second. 1 out.
So full count for Marli. Runners on first and second. And Marli pops one to center field. That one's deep, but the center fielder was able to manage that ball, and it doesn't advance the runners.
Now.
Without the wind, that one might have been, that was pretty deep into center field.
Now for the Cardinals, number 16, Jordyn Coe. 2 outs. Runner on first and second.
Again, we've got a pretty stiff wind. Jordyn fouls one down left field, or third base line. So she'll be coming back. So we got no balls, 1 strike for Jordyn Coe, who's up to the plate. We got 2 outs for the Cardinals and runners on first and second base. So again, Marli's got 3 older brothers that are living out of the home. 1 in Charlotte, North Carolina, and 2 in Blue Springs, Missouri, right in the Kansas City area. Jordyn, we got, I think it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Jordyn. Again, 2 outs for the Cardinals here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is 9-0, the Cardinals. And Jordyn fouls another one. So I think we got 2 balls. Yep, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jordyn, 2 outs. Would be really good to score a run here. So let's see, we got Lauren Marli is running on second base in scoring position. Lauren's pretty quick, so if we can get a ball in that outfield, there's a good chance we'd score. It's got full count to Jordyn here. Jordyn Coe's full count. And she pops one foul, but they can't make a play. So Jordyn's still alive here. Like you said, Lauren Marli was almost home from second base. So if Jordyn can just pop one out into the grass, I think that Lauren can score.
Jordyn still at bat. 2 outs. Runners at first and second.
Jordyn's getting her money's worth here at her at bat. So, again, full count, and she hits one deep. And the center fielder.
That's a great catch by the center field. That brings it to the top of the fifth. The score, Cardinals 9, Vikings 0.
So Jordyn hit one deep, about the same place that Marli hit it, and the center fielder was able to manage that ball. She ran quite a ways to catch that ball, but she got it. Nice play by the Lakeview center fielder. So we're going to the top of the fifth. The Cardinals lead 9-0. I don't think we've made any defensive changes, so we still have Jordyn Coe behind the plate. Catching, Lexi Mach on the mound for the Cardinals. Leah Jurgens, first base. Kitty Went, second base. Shortstop, Marli Stones. Third base, Cassidy Skillett. Ashlyn Adams in right field. Carly Henning in center field. And Mackenzie Steyer playing left field. So Cardinals still have a strong lead in this game, 9-0. Lexi Mach has been pretty dominating on the mound. She's had 6 strikeouts tonight and had some nice support by her defense to hold the Lakeview team to no runs. So we've got the student section down here. They're
Off the top of the fifth
supporting their Cardinal ladies.
Number 15, Aubrey Strong.
So got a lot of the football guys. We've got some of the tennis guys down here supporting the Cardinals. So we appreciate those student section there. I see our student section. We love our student section. Quite a few of those guys spent their Saturday out at Tuxedo Park watching the girls at the Crete Invite. So again, great Crete community, both the school community as well as the community as a whole supporting these Cardinal girls. Want to do a shout out to Crete Area Medical Center. Crete Area Medical Center supports a full-time athletic trainer here for the Cardinal athletic program, not just the softball team, but the trainer is here tonight, Tim Timmerup. But that is fully funded by Crete Area Medical Center, so we appreciate all they do to support the athletes here at Crete High, making sure that they're safe.
That brings it to 1 out.
Lexi with another strikeout on the night. That's her 7th strikeout that she's recorded unofficially. So
1 out.
next Lakeview batter is up. Stephanie Bolt is the CEO at Crete Area Medical Center. Stephanie just joined the team at Crete Area Medical Center in June of this year, and we appreciate all that Stephanie and the Crete Area Medical Center do to support the athletic program here at Crete. All right, we've got a blooper down that rolls foul before Cassidy could manage the ball. So we've got 1 ball, 1 strike on this Lakeview batter. 1 out already in the top of the 5th inning. Again, the Cardinals lead 9-0. That athletic training program is supported also by Lincoln Orthopedic. They provide the medical director for all the trainers that are sponsored. Okay, that batter hits one out into just a bloop over the first baseman out into right field for a single.
Brings 1 runner on the first.
So Lakeview's got a runner on first base. I think that might be their 3rd or 4th base runner of the game.
Number 18.
So 1 out for the Cardinals. I think we're at the bottom of the batting order for Lakeview Vikings, and I think so this is the number 9 batter, number 18 that's up to the plate. And then we'll be rolling over to the top. Jordyn throws down, keep that runner on first base. Jordyn Coe is doing catching duties this year for the Varsity Cardinals. She's doing a really nice job. Our catcher last year was Morgan Marli. Cassidy Skillett plays a little bit of time on as catcher, but is on third base for the Cardinals where she was last year. This lineup seems to work best for the Cardinals defensively. We played with that a little bit this year. Okay, Lexi way ahead in the count here. She's got 2 strikes. Oh, no, that was 3 strikes on that batter.
That brings it to 2 outs.
All right, so we got 2 outs for Lakeview.
Next batter is Abby Scholl.
So this umpire, he calls some of these late, so it's kind of hard to keep track of if it was a ball or strike, but Lexi with another strikeout on the night. So we got a runner on first base, 2 outs. That was the 8th strikeout unofficially, my little unofficial scoring. I believe that was the 8th strikeout for Lexi tonight. So we're at the top of the Lakeview lineup here. And we got 1 ball, 1 strike. Kitty went, stopped that ball, kind of scooped it, and Marli Stones was covering second base and touched the plate and got the out. So that was a nice. Oh, and that is the game because that's a run rule.
Cardinals 9, Vikings 0, and we bid Columbus Lakeview safe travels as they.
All right, so that's the end of the game for the Cardinals tonight. So 9-0 was the final score here. Run rule for the Cardinals against Lakeview. That'll be really nice for Lexi Mach. We got another game tomorrow night against Omaha Grove, same time, same place. It'll be on the Strive Network as well, right? Travis, our Strive sponsor. So the game will be on tomorrow night. There's also a volleyball game tomorrow night. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a good evening.